Sharel, Cassity, and Southside. Now, Sharel, what I learned from you is that part of your inspiration for tonight's theme of Jimmy Heath and Roy Hargrove was because you spent a considerable amount of time playing alongside both of these gentlemen. Can you tell us a little bit about what that experience was like for you?
Yes, I did spend a lot of time playing next to both of them. My first experience was getting into the Dizzy Gillespie All-Star Big Band, where I sat right next to Jimmy Heath. And I had just finished college. I went to Juilliard, and I had just finished. And Jimmy Heath, one day, called me out of the blue because he heard me at Juilliard, and he said, "Do you double?" I said, "Yeah." "Do you read?" I said, "Yeah." And he just said, "Show up, show up at this time." I said, okay, oh my gosh, it's Jimmy Heath. So I spent the next 10 years sitting next to him in the Dizzy Gillespie bands. And at first, it wasn't easy. Neither him, nor Roy, nor the other masters really warmed up to me at first, which was fine. I just go home and practice. And later, as I got better, they warmed up, and eventually Mr. Heath became my mentor and was very close to me. And I met Roy Hargrove before the Dizzy Band actually just did jam sessions in New York, because we all know how much Roy loved music and how much Roy loved going to sessions. And so back then he would kind of give me advice and tips. And then I got in the Dizzy Band, and Roy was directing the Dizzy Band at the time. So I got to kind of get an idea of how it was to work under him. And then a couple years after that, he invited me to play with his big band. And after that, he blew up with his RH Factor and his big band, and they were touring all over. But yeah, I got to work close to them for a number of years, for about 10 to 12 years, depending on each of them. And so that was a really special moment, because it's one of those times, I don't know if you guys have ever felt this, I think so maybe, but it's one of those times where you're elated to be somewhere. You're so excited to be somewhere, but you're terrified at the same time. And that was the feeling. That was constantly the feeling. So, but that's a good thing, because I think without that, you don't grow. So.
Hey, let's continue to get into the so.
And I just want to say the last tune we played, if you go home, check it out, Top of My Head, because it has lyrics too. The lyrics are from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. I am blessed, I am blessed. So it's a great song. We're going to continue with another Roy Hargrove's new ones. This is newer ones. This is called Soulful.
Now, Sharel, you're a Chicago transplant.
I am.
How did you get here?
Oh boy. I grew up, I moved around a lot as a kid. I lived in 13 states, and then I settled in Oklahoma for high school. And I finished high school there, and then I left to New York. I went to New York when I was 21, and I spent 16 years there. I showed up in New York. I said, I'm going to live here forever. But then reality set in. I got more mature, and I realized this is really expensive. So I went to the Middle East to play with Jazz at Lincoln Center at the Jazz at Lincoln Center Club in Doha, Qatar. Do you guys know where Doha, Qatar is? No. Yeah, most people don't. It's close to Dubai, and it's a peninsula kind of off of Iran and Dubai. So I lived there. I ended up getting a job there teaching. I lived there for almost 2 years, and I met my husband, who's from Chicago, in Qatar. And so we ended up moving out here, and that's how I ended up in Chicago. And I've been here almost 5 years, and it's amazing. It's exactly what I needed, and I didn't know it. It's great.
So Sharel, if you could leave one bit of advice or a word of wisdom for an upcoming jazz musician like yourself, what would you tell them?
The best thing I could tell a young musician is to love the music, live the music, and practice. Practice as much as you can. Practice slowly, because slow is better than fast.
I see you got rid of that whole ass server that you had. So what I want you to do is refund my thing. I want you to keep $5 for yourself. I want you to give $10 tip to your bartender, and just refund me the rest of the money. But I want to talk to the owners because I don't want to have to get up here and bash. My brand is about giving good reviews to black businesses. I can't do that when you guys keep consistently fucking up. I can't keep promoting you when the service isn't good. I can't keep getting on YouTube and Instagram lying about this venue. I live down the street. So I'm about elevating us. But I can't do it when this is consistent with me. And I can't bring people here to expect the high class that white people can get instantly. Get it? So I'm not here to give you guys a bad review. I'm here to keep it a secret how bad the service is consistently and do whatever I need to do to help. And if you can put me on payroll, that's better. But I'm tired of it. And it's not at all. It's all a black and poverty. And I'm sick of it. I can't do my job and still do better. So I'm not here to bash or promote. But I need to know who's in charge of this. To help y'all get what y'all need to do better. We, black people in Southside who live down the street, who live here, who already live in shitty, fucked up conditions, who are investing a lot of money, that we can spend less with white people and get better service. We deserve better. So I'm not here to bash y'all publicly, and I'm not here to, I love you, I love the staff. It's not except that holy ass server that y'all have. I love y'all, but I need to know who's running. So I need to do my part as Black Eyed Priestess to make sure that when I'm promoting, I'm telling the truth about bringing people here and why it's free. That's all I need. Keep $5 for yourself, give $10 to the bartender, and just refund me whatever else. Okay, perfect. Okay, and make sure you tip her 10 and keep 5 for me.
Sharel, Cassity on the saxophone. Jeremy Warren on drums. Jeff Wheaton on bass. I'm Thaddeus Tuso, vibes and piano. We thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be back next week with vocalist Julia Huff, so we hope you can join us for one more jazz night at the Quarry Supperclub.